Hello, this is Telecom TV reporting from Mobile World Congress 2016 in Barcelona in Spain. We're in Hall 3 and it's not too noisy at the moment, so we hope we get through this without the brass band starting up. Anyway, I'm talking with Alain Carpentier, who is the Vice President and General Manager EMEA for Aruba, and Aruba is a Hewlett-Packard Enterprise company. Alain, welcome.
Thank you, welcome.
Thanks for talking to us. Let's start with this. There's a lot of talk about the digital enterprise.
Yeah.
What is it?
Okay, so digital enterprise is an evolution of what we had in the past on the workplace. So in the past, you know, customers start to cover their workplace with Wi-Fi, but it was just a point for connection, nothing more. So now we see more and more the companies moving in trying to adopt the wireless coverage, and it's indeed the mobility. That's a big difference between the Wi-Fi and the mobility. It's more the application and the way to work through the network that completely change the pictures. And we see more and more customers now moving in this direction where they want to connect their users or their colleagues first through the mobile environment, because you have this bring your own device, reality, even strategy now that really growing, and customers are really to be compliant with this new trend. So it's why now we see more and more customers moving in this direction.
What then, Alan, are the macro drivers pushing forward the digital enterprise now in 2016?
So I think it's, as I mentioned, new application, cloud really trick this, because big part of the application we use on the workplace are coming from the cloud, and big part of the time we use mobile devices, such as obviously PCs, but more and more smartphone or tablets. So that really is something that push also the customer to move in this direction. And we see also a new generation of users. We call this Gen Mobile. It's a mix between Gen Y, so the new, I have teenagers at home, I understand what is a Gen Y, but also me in certain way. I use, and I'm pretty sure, I work everywhere, in airports, in coffee, and I want to be connected first on mobile, not really looking for cable and so on. And I use more and more Skype for Business, this kind of application, collaborative application. So it's why we see a lot of components that push everybody to use the mobility and the network. Today they are not compliant with this kind of new trend. So we need to refresh everything.
Leads me very neatly into my next question, which is, given what we've just been talking about and those macro drivers, do telcos, service providers, operators need to think differently about the network?
Yeah, it's a huge opportunity for them, because as I said, the environment that was defined by your customers 5 years ago is not at all compliant with this new trend. So they need to refresh everything. So they need to think mobile first. So that's really what Aruba want to do, is really to help customers to transform their workplace to be mobile first, and it's also cloud first. So for the service provider, there is a huge compelling event on the market where all of our customers will move in this direction and really have to transform their workplace. And there are different ways to do this. It could be through managed services. It could be through pure transformation, and customer continue to own this this environment. But different opportunities for the service provider.
Thank you. You mentioned several times already, Alain, mobility.
Yeah.
There are so many billions of mobile users around the world now, and many people have more than one device, etc. What does that mean for network design going forward? More and more mobility, more and more disparate devices.
Yeah, so as I said, now people want to bring their own device. What they use, a big part of the time is a smartphone, honestly. Yep. We see more and more applications going through the smartphone. Then it creates, as I said, issues in terms of design of the network, but also secure. How you secure this environment, because it's not anymore through the cables, it's not anymore around walls, it's really in the air. how to secure this environment. So it's why in Aruba we develop solutions to help customers to secure the environment and really to track the application and by users. So, we are able to support the customer, say, okay, you need to control the environment, you need to free up your talents in your companies to use their own device, but in the same time you need to secure the environment. So it's why it's really key that the service provider, the ecosystem help customer in this transformation to secure the environment with the right tools and explain how we can manage the different policies in front of type of users, really to take the control of this new trend, because it's, as you said, it's booming industry.
What about, this is always a tricky question because this industry moves so very, very rapidly. It's very hard to tell what's going to be down the line, even a few months.
Yeah.
But I'm going to ask you to look into your crystal ball with the experience that you have and say, what do you see as being the big bets, the big trends, the way things are going, the next 12 months, 18 months?
So I will say there are three big bets for me. So obviously, as I mentioned, the workplace transformation, and we see new type of building that appears, where we start to see IoT for different tasks, and we see a big, it will be a booming industry, the IoT. And obviously you need to have an environment to support, the cadence of usage of the IoT. So that's the first thing. The second thing is vertical approach. We see more and more customers that want to monetize the digitalization, and they try to adapt in their business model, and they are sometimes afraid that others or the competitors will be faster than them around certain verticals. So if I take healthcare, if I take retail, if I take hospitalities, if I take stadium or type of application like this, we see more and more customers really moving fast to implement a mobile environment to develop the new type of business for the future. So really digitalization is really the big environment. So buildings, IoT, and vertical with the digitalization to change the business model of certain vertical customers. And I would say in the future, so beyond the 2 years, you will see all the industry that will move in this direction.
Thank you. Final question to you then, Alain. What role in everything we've been talking about, what role do you think the telcos, the carriers, the operators will have?
A huge one. So different aspects. As I said, there is a big community event, so it could be workplace transformation, it could be help a customer in certain vertical to make more business, so to transform their business. So service provider, in certain way, they have the specialist of the network, the big part of the time they own the network, they have to support this. So it could be through managed services, so we see more and more customers that they want to give the keys to the service provider, and the service provider has to manage the transformation on behalf of the customers. And I think it's we start to see some partners that develop this kind of solution with us, really help their customers, and they resell like cloud services solution for their customers. Or we have more the traditional way where the service provider will really help the customer to transform and to secure. So because they have different elements to put in place, we need to put the infrastructure in place. So I will say the traditional role of a service provider, but we need also to enhance a new type of securitization of the network where the service provider has to develop some competencies. So that's really a huge opportunity for our partners.
The times certainly are changing. Alain Carpentier, thank you very much indeed.
You're welcome. Thank you.